6 months on from the Taliban's dramatic takeover in Afghanistan, families who fled the country have been telling STV News about their new lives in Scotland. Thousands of Afghans were evacuated after the militant group regained power last August. As some of those who settled in Scotland slowly start to rebuild their lives, they've been reflecting on where they are now and what they left behind. Louise Hosey has the story.
It's been 6 months since the Taliban seized power in Afghanistan. The militant group's final takeover happened at breathtaking speed, leaving a nation in crisis and a world reeling as thousands embarked on desperate attempts to get out of the country. Ali, his wife and son managed to get an evacuation flight to the UK and were resettled in Peterhead. Leaving the rest of his family behind was the most difficult decision of his life.
I feel not secure for my life and for my child and for my wife as well. When in the airport I left them, it was very hard time for me. Even I couldn't control myself. I cried on that time when I left Afghanistan.
Ali worked as an interpreter with the British Army in Afghanistan. He was also a successful engineer involved in projects across the country. He says they've had a warm welcome since arriving in Scotland.
The people is very kind, very lovely. Peterhead, the weather is very cold, but the heart of the people is very warm.
Ali is still looking for a job, but is hopeful he'll find one.
I'm trying to find myself here, and I want to be a good Scot here.
Sisters Frishta and Farzana Mateen also managed to get out of Afghanistan. They've now settled in Stornoway after being helped by the Linda Norgrove Foundation, the Western Isles-based charity they worked for in Kabul. Farzana's enrolled in a business course at the University of the Highlands and Islands. She also works part-time in an estate agency.
We want to explore the city and to learn, to talk to people and learn about their life, their culture and the way they behave, the way they do things. So we want to learn from them.
I was worried a lot about being a refugee because sometimes you end up living in an area that people hate the refugees, the foreigners that coming here to their places, but it's not the case in Stornoway, and this is what makes me feel better.
Both families say while they're incredibly grateful to be in Scotland, their thoughts are never far from Afghanistan. After the Taliban takeover, a prolonged drought and economic collapse has plunged the country into a humanitarian crisis, with millions now facing starvation.
The people of Afghanistan do not have the bread to eat. They do not have a good situation, do not have income, and the security is not good as well. So I'm asking all the world to help the people of Afghanistan because Afghan people need their help.
Louise Hosey, STV News.